This is going to be our project for today. I've come across this bridge a couple of times. It's always been a tight squeeze for the truck in this bridge. But back in the day, this was quite the avenue to cross this little creek. We are headed to what I call one of my favorite spots, called the house. Way up there on top of that hill, and we'll be headed that way here in a little bit. Just thought I'd show you a little bit of the crossing I had to take to get here. Left my camera at home by accident, so I'm using my phone today. I hope the video comes out good. I hope I've got a lot more relics to show you, and I hope I haven't jinxed myself by giving a little intro to this video. So here we go. Wish me luck. Catch you at the next plug. I know this doesn't look like much on video, but I have never been able to get in here because there's been so many cattle in this area, mainly bulls, and that's the last thing I want to do is cross over a fence and deal with a bunch of bulls. But right now the cattle are not in this area, so I am taking advantage of it. It's the best I've ever seen it. Usually it just looks like one big cow patty. What this is actually is the spring and the cistern, if you will, that went to the house that's up on the hill. You can't see it yet. Maybe we'll try to get up there a little bit later today. But since I don't have cattle here, I'm going to take advantage of this. Some really nice rock work that runs right through here. And it turns and goes that way, probably a half a mile, all rock fence. This farm was established in 1846. There were some inhabitants here prior to that. Up here on top of the hill is some Indian mounds. I'm not sure of the particular tribe. Sequoia, I think, maybe. I could be wrong. Anyways, those are pretty interesting. We might even come across an arrowhead or two, but this is something that's really interesting because the way I drive by, the truck is parked right over there. The way I drive by, I have never been able to look back this far, but I never knew there was a cave back here. The landowner says that this spring runs, let me see, show you here. They've got it coming out of a pipe there. It runs like that year round. All right, I'm headed up that way. Again, I'll apologize. I have to use my phone today. I did leave the camera back at the house by accident. Thought for sure it was in my dig bag. I'm working my way around from that spring over to the cave and up the hill here towards this rock wall. And got a good hit here. It's not wavering much. I'm thinking it's probably aluminum, but I don't know. Coming in at 81. That's usually around the penny range. I'm going to turn my machine off, and let's see if the pin pointer will even go off on it. I thought we would do this together. This is a solo trip for me. I'm not getting anything. Oh, let's move this. Oop, can't get to that rock. Nothing back there. All right, looks like I've got a little bit of a dig ahead of me. We'll move this one. Yep, it's working. Anyways, I've got a good signal there. Sorry about those fingers. We'll dig this up, see what we got. Be right back. It is underneath this rock right here. So I'm gonna have to do some digging. I still don't know what it is. I kind of felt like it might be something brassy, but it's got the penny signal, so it could be just laying up underneath there. I'll get back to you here in just a second. And you can't win them all. Had to move the rock out of the way a little bit. A lot of work for a aluminum can. You never know though. That could have been a Indian head penny or something along that line. Target, same numbers, except on the AT Gold, I was still getting 80, 81 on it, but occasionally it would drop down into the mid-70s. What that tells me is that it's probably brass. Sometimes if you get upper 60s, mid-70s, that's also brass. But I was thinking I would probably be digging brass here, and hopefully I think that's what this is. I just popped it out of the ground. It was under a rock, and I have no idea what it is. It looks kind of like a locket. I'm not sure. Ooh, it's heavy. It's heavy. Got some fancy doodads around the edge. It's really heavy. Oh, there's a little, it's lead filled, looks like, almost on the back. I'm not sure what this is. I'll have to get this cleaned up and we'll take a closer look at it. But that's heavy. Looks like it's got a little silver wash there in the middle of it. It doesn't look like it opens. It might. But I'm not sure. Could be just a decoration off of an old car. No, I don't think so. All right, I'm excited. A lot of stuff still here. Our way up the hill. Right over there is where I found a little brass and lead piece thing right in there someplace. Came over here across the fence. I've already worked all of that side right there. Right up there found a shotgun cap. That's about it. A lot of old fencing. You can probably see that bar running right through, right through there. A lot of iron, a lot of fencing like this right here laying around. So I'm just trying to pick them out, and hopefully my machine's still good. It just fell. I'm just going to show you. Let me find it. What'd I do with it? I want to fall down the hill. See how scratchy that is. I'm going to guess it's probably a shotgun cap. Let me narrow that down here real fast. Okay, right there by that one rock. I'm almost guessing that's what it is, but since this is a new spot, let's dig this together. Okay. Come on, Civil War button. I found some of those around here before too. Found a really nice buckle. Not during this trip, this was years ago. All right, right there. I'm still guessing shotgun cap, but you never know. Confederate soldiers spent a lot of time passing through here, the Missouri State Guard. I think that's the state militia. I think they worked more for the Confederates on their own. I am guessing that's what that is. This shotgun brass. Oops. This is so hard to do with my phone. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, there it is, right there. It is brass. It is a modern pistol cartridge. Oh well, you never know. Could have been a button. Next plug coming up. Alright, there's a look inside this cave. It actually goes back there quite a ways. You really can't see it on video here, but I'm looking back at least a good, oh gosh, 50 yards before I can see a little bit of a turn to the right. We've pretty much exhausted everything here on this side. This side, we're going to cross back over the fence and head up this rock wall right here. See what else we can find. If not, then I'll see you at the house at the top of the hill. I was hoping this place would produce a lot more than that. My way up to the top. Right there is the lip of the edge of the cave, and the water and the spring coming out. Truck's parked right over there. I've been working my way around through here. I thought this might be a good area to hit. Just walked down here, and the very first hit I got, this is, I chased it around a little bit, thought it was over here, and then I kept getting it over here, so I must have pushed it. But it looks like I got me a nice buckle. Not sure. Yeah, it's all brass. Probably horse tack. That is a brass buckle. Nice to have that. Ugh, thought it would still work. Okay, next plug coming up. chase this around the hole for a little while. It wasn't very deep. That's only about 1.5 inches. Couldn't figure out what I had, but then this popped out. It's definitely a round ball. I've been finding a couple of other fired modern bullets, but this one here is definitely fired round ball. I'll take that and move on. This is pretty much where I came in. We are getting ready to head up the hill to, there you can just barely see it, the house on the hill is what I call it. It's been wrapped in corrugated siding, so that's kind of protected the house for quite some time. There's a lot of history to this spot. There's actually 3 homesteads here, all up in that general area where that house is now. And I've found a lot of good stuff here, a lot of good stuff. We'll be headed up there in just a second. I was coming back down through here to cross over the fence and got a good signal. Kind of figured it was going to be iron, but I have to admit this is the first one I've ever dug of these. It's been here quite a while. It's full of dirt. But I am thinking that's probably a left foot. Looks like a, I could be totally wrong on this. It looks like it's part of the iron or a steel-toed, part of a steel-toed boot. I could be wrong on that. It's been there for quite a while. That kind of looks like concrete right there, so I could be way off, but it's got that left foot look to it, or right foot. One of those two. All right, see you at the top of the hill. Well, we've made it. This is actually the tallest I've ever seen this grass here. There's so much cattle in here usually. This is real short grass, real short, kind of like what's right out here. That's just ground level grass right there. Working here by the old house. A little bit of history. Right there in front of that door is where I found my first oldest coin, a 1859 Indian head penny. Found lots of wheat pennies right through here, a couple more Indians. On the back side of this house, over by that tree, there's actually a step. Actually, you might even be able to see it just a little bit back there. That was the step to the original homestead that was here, built in I want to say 1829, something like that, by 3 men that came out here to try to do some farming. They were actually boatwrights, built boats, and decided to try their hand at farming. I don't think that worked very well. The property was sold. This gentleman bought this house, and he had 3 daughters. His wife died, and he raised the 3 daughters by himself. And one of the daughters actually built a house right back there. You can almost kind of see it way back there. Right off the tip of my finger, there's a root cellar and part of a barn right back there. We may hunt that a little bit, see what the grass looks like over there, but I don't think it's going to be much different than what we got here. I've got a really good grass signal right here. Let's see if we can find it. Should have marked it. Oh, I lost it. There it is. I've turned on it and still got the same kind of numbers. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's typical brass numbers for this type of area. Saying it's about 6 inches deep. We will dig it up and we will get right back to you. Well, this certainly isn't what I thought it was going to be. It's a big piece of brass, but I have no idea what it is. That's it. I thought that was a rock at first when I threw that off to the side, and then the hole was empty, and that's it right there. It's got a little bit of a brass color to it on top. Don't know. I have no idea. Looks like it's all melted. All right. Never know. Plug coming up. On to something good here in a little bit. Still working my way through these weeds, and if there's anything good that's come out of these, is it's caused me to slow down quite a bit. because I have to work my way through the weeds. Got a really nice 80-81 signal. It's right there. If it's what I think it is, it'll probably be the first one I've ever dug. And it is! Yay! That is my first. It's even plated. My first Model A. I want to say Model A valve stem. That's exactly what that is. At least I hope that's what that is. It's got the beveling on the side like the others I've seen before, but I've never dug one. This is my first one. I'm happy to get that. Might even have a little writing there on the side. As soon as we get that cleaned up, we'll have a better picture of it here on the blue towel. Alright, next plug coming up. The good part about this is that the things are not very deep here, and that's what I like about this spot. I decided to come into this one little area. It's probably about a 8-foot, 10-foot circle of short grass, no thorny weeds growing up in the middle of it, and I thought, well, I'll hit this, and so I'm just working around the edge of it, and I got a really nice 76 signal on the AT Gold. I'm using it. It's got the small coil on it right now. I figured I'd stay with that because of the weeds. I am in disc 2. I've got my iron discrimination all the way up to 40, because if you heard what the iron sounded like here, you would just go nuts. So I've turned that off. I'm just digging the high tones. I've got something here. I don't know what it is. It's sharp. I'm going to show you what it is here. It's that little thing right there. And I'll have to dig that out, because on this side of it I can see some fancy scrolls or something or other. I could be completely wrong on that, and this could be just a piece of trash. But I'm thinking it's got that copper look to it from here. So I am going to get that out of the ground and see what it is. Hang on. I was sitting there talking to myself. Got it out of the ground, just dug a little bit right there and then reached down, pulled on it, and it popped right out. So I don't know what this is. It is brass or copper. Pretty big for what it is. I don't know. It's got a little valve right there. Maybe this is part of a tire or something. Don't have it cleaned up. I'll get it cleaned up and we'll see it more on the blue towel. But that's what we were seeing right there, was this little edge. I don't know. It's got like a little valve or screw top right there, so maybe it's something. We'll keep moving. Probably work my way back up to the house, try to work a little closer since I do have the small coil on the AT Gold. Working my way up, and right there's a surface find. That looks like an oldie there. Ugh. Yeah, pretty thin. My goodness. Yep, that's an oldie. I'll take it. Maybe they'll give me good luck. I'm happy I got something round. I've kind of looked at it, and what I'm thinking is it's probably a Missouri tax token, but I don't know yet. There it is. I haven't picked it up. I just threw it out of the hole, found it with the pinpointer, and that's what it looks like. That's what I saw. I think I'm seeing tax something right there. Yeah, I bet that's what that is. Oh, well, that does say Missouri. This might be a different one. I've never, if it has something different other than a number 1 in the state of Missouri, it will be different. Well, I'm seeing a big number 1 right there. Can't get away from them. They're everywhere. There you go. I'm happy. It's round. It's coinage looking. There's a number 1 on the back. I can see that. Missouri's upside down there, but I'm happy about that. Well, I think every detectorist has dug one of these. Boy, you can't get away from them. They sound really good. On to the next. There's got to be some coins around here someplace. I think I've just dug me part of a knife, a butter knife. That's what it looks like. I move it and it still kind of moves back there. Let's see if we can get this pulled out together. Man, it's in there. That's certainly what that looks like. Come on, baby. There we go. There it is. I was correct. That's a nice one. Still intact. I guess that's all copper, brass. I'll get it cleaned up, see if there's any writing on it, any maker's marks. There. Come to see what's going on. Drew a little bit. This is actually the old step to the original homestead that sat here. There's the second house that was built here. The third house was still back over that way. But I thought I would come up here and work around the edge of it. And again, if you've done any kind of digging in the pastures or around old homesteads, you know that these sound pretty good. This was coming in at 80, 81. I kind of had a thought that maybe this is what this was, but because it was just a little scratchy. But boy, they do sound good. Still recording on my phone. Actually, I'm working my way, there's the house behind me, working my way downhill just a little bit. The grass is real short down here, so I'm going to hit this for a little while. I found a few IHPs out in this area, and I know I haven't hit all of it. I was getting a really good signal here. Kind of had a good idea that it was probably iron of some sort, and it looks like what I've got here is probably a wheel band, barrel band. I can pry that up. I'm almost sure that's probably what it is a wheel band for a wagon wheel. It's got that taper to it, tapers in. So I'm almost pretty sure that's what that goes to, is an old wagon wheel. Sounded good. I have pretty much come full circle around the house, working my way back around one more time, then I'm gonna have to get out of here. My wife says she just bought a gazebo at one of the local big box stores. It was on sale, so I'm gonna have to go pick that up, and it looks like I'll probably be putting a gazebo together later so my wife can read her books without the bothersome of gnats and such. Here's another buckle. Sounded better than that. I didn't have a clue what I was going to be digging. I thought I was going to be digging something other than that. That's all iron. Might be something else in the hole. I don't know. We'll check it. I tell you what, these things will get you. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there is this little, boy, I'm kneeling in some. Unfortunately, it hurts. I had a really good signal right up here next to this little bush, and it's brass. I was kept getting 85, 86, 85, 86, maybe 3 inches down. I wanted to document this at least before I got it out of the hole. I don't know what it is. It's got some length to it, and you're seeing what I'm seeing. I will open the hole up here a little bit, see if I can do this a little bit live, but not too good with my, I'm afraid I'm going to scratch it. I tell you what, give me a second, I'll be right back. I moved it a little bit with the shovel and noticed that it was a little longer, so I've got something right here, and it's sticking up here towards the back. If you can see that or not, it kind of goes down and then goes down. I got a little hole right there. I don't know what I've got. I can't move it very well, so and it is brass. I can tell that from here just by the look at it. I'm hoping this is going to be something really cool. We'll find out. Stick with me. Oh, it is cool. I just stuck the shovel back behind it to pop it out just like this a little bit, and it came loose. And this is a first for me as well. Boy, I am excited. This is going to take some research to figure out what this goes to, but I can almost tell by looking at that. That is a butt plate to a rifle. Wow! I'm excited. Yeah, that's every bit of a butt plate. Another hole down here on the bottom. I can hardly wait to get this cleaned up. See what that looks like. There it is. I'm giddy. These are the kind of things that just keep you here for another hour. So I was just thinking about getting ready to leave here in just a second. Got to go pick up that gazebo. That might have to wait till tomorrow, but I think I might stick around here for another hour. I am excited about that.
What? Where's the blue towel? There's a little story behind that. Actually, I've got several different colored towels here. The metal detecting club that I belong to has raffles every meeting. My good friend Bob Whitney brought these in, and it just so happens that I won these at the raffle. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And here's a little plug for Bob Whitney. Thanks for the towels. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. Blue towel is gone for right now. It's folded neatly. We'll bring it back eventually. But this is the towel wrap up from my trip to the house on the hill. This is not everything. A lot of the stuff you did see me dig. The iron stuff, other than this, I've put into my buckets over there for recycling. So let's start with that iron. This is what I kept for the most part, and some of this will still go in the buckets. You saw me pick this up, the horseshoe, the rings, the buckle, the wagon wheel hub ring, and that's about it for the iron. Brass buckle, saw me dig that up there by the cave, and you saw me dig this up by the cave. This is really my first good target of the day. Still don't know what it is. It's lead. I'm pretty sure it's lead filled. I don't know if it's some type of it's a little worn right there, so I don't know if it's a button that you push, a switch, or whatever, but I don't know. If you got any ideas, please feel free to comment below. My Model T Ford valve stem, my Missouri tax token. It's probably one of the better ones I've dug. These are, I believe, are made out of zinc, so they don't last very long. There's that. A little bit of brass, had some fancy on it, so I just hung on to that. That'll go over in my other pile. You saw me dig this. I thought it was brass. It ended up turning out to be lead. At least it feels like it's lead. I still don't know what it is. It looks like it might be a sheared off something. I don't know. I can't even speculate on that, really. This, I believe, is the inner parts of a inner tube with this valve right here on the end of it. Can't really see that very well. I'm thinking that's the inner part of an inner tube, and that is the valve stem for it. Butter knife you saw me dig, and this is the find of the day, actually the last find for the day. The butt plate to a rifle. The research is still being done on this. Not quite sure what it goes to. This is the top right here. I was holding it upside down thinking that was the bottom, but actually it goes like that on the rifle. So this is the top. This is where your cheek would rest right here, and you'd look down the sights that way. Not sure what it goes to. I'm happy to get it. It's going to look good in my display case, and that's pretty much it. The green towel wrap up for today. Looking forward to going back to the house on the hill. I've been going there for years. Actually, oh gosh, probably since 2014 is when I first started going there, before I even started making videos. So I found a lot of good stuff there. And apparently there's still a lot of good stuff to be found there. So we'll make some more videos of that place as the weather cools off, and we'll get back to it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.